Hey guys, welcome back to rhrjen. I am so glad you're here. Guys, we need to talk. Pour a tea, come sit by me. There's so much going on. I need to talk about what's happening, why I just want to remind you of this, and why Harry and Meghan just continue to be the worst, the absolute worst. People wonder why I keep talking about it. It's stuff like this. This is why. We have so much to get into. I'm Jen. If you're new here, make sure you're subscribed, hit the thumbs up, leave me comments, as all of those helps YouTube to recommend my video. I sincerely appreciate it. Also, just a reminder, I do have my second channel. It's Goose Adventures. That's where I'm detailing how I recently lost over 140 pounds. I did it drug-free, surgery-free, all the things. I'm showing what I did, what I ate, how I did it, all that stuff. And yeah, check that out if you're interested. Let's jump right on in. Guys, in case you didn't know, Harry has gone on record with The Guardian and given this interview that just ranks up there again as one of the most insane things. And it's hard to say that with the two of them because they're always saying insane things. Don't worry, Meghan chimes in this one too, but it's mostly Harry, hence the name, because it's easy to get lost in the madness that she constantly says and spews because she puts it right out there in our faces. Well, then Harry has to come along and do things like this and remind us, oh yeah, he sucks too. Let's take a look. So Guardian put out this article. Now, let me just set the stage. We're not going to read this thing. I'm just going to hit some of the low points because it's mostly a puff piece about himself. My favorite saying applies. Does it hurt your back to kiss your own ass like that? It's mostly a puff piece about himself, patting himself on the back and painting himself as a hero. So we're going to wade through that BS, and I'm going to hit some of the lowlights with you because there are a plenty in this article, but I just want to show you what we're dealing with here. Exclusive. That one talks about the cost of war, his portrayal in the press, and boxing as the Guardian joins him on his visit to Kyiv. Okay, so remember that press that he pretends to be afraid of? Yeah, he invited them to go on this trip with him to the Ukraine. Let's talk about that. Hypocrite. Hello, hypocrite. Let's talk about so much more. I'm just going to dive in no particular order to some of these low points because it's unbelievable. He even goes into the king and alludes to some health stuff. He really is disgusting. Here we go. Let's just jump in with this right here. Here's one of the parts straight from the article. I know that speaking out annoys some people and it goes against the narrative. The book, it was a series of corrections to stories. He's talking about his own book, Spare. It's a series of corrections to stories already out there. One point of view had been put out and it needed to be corrected. Are you freaking kidding me with this nonsense? We're still doing this. Okay. All right. You want to play? Let's play. Let's talk about that. So here he is taking swipes at the royal family. Now I want you to think about that because in a future point, he goes into the king's health. And I just want you to think about that. If for no other reason, then he's a big fat hypocrite. But he's taking swipes at the royal family. He's criticizing them. And he's using the word narrative, in my opinion, very intentionally here. He's challenging these continuing themes from Spare without its overt accusations, but he's doing this thing and he's emphasizing his efforts and suggesting that his family is reluctant. It's a swipe. It's a swipe. By targeting the narrative, he's accusing the royals of media manipulation. You know, the thing that he and Meghan do, the media manipulation. It's been a point of his since, forever, but especially the 2020 exit. And it notes that this article notes that Buckingham Palace's irritation with Spare and his persistence paints the family as obstacles to his honesty. Again, we'll get into that because there's the most ludicrous saying they say about the truth coming up. Don't you worry. But just again, he's reinforcing his victim narrative once again. He's painting his family as this obstacle and he's the victim. So this narrative dig implies that the royals are liars, but yet he recycles these old spare gripes without any new proof. And it just makes it petty. That's what he is. He's little and he's petty. He's framing his reconciliation efforts as central and subtly shades everybody else as uncooperative, despite the fact that he's the one talking about it and they've remained dignified silence. You can't make that make sense, can you? He's poking them again. He knows that it stirs tension. It undercuts his my conscience is clear claim, okay? Ugh, he's the worst. Okay, so the next point I want to point out is this one. He adds, I don't believe that I aired my dirty laundry in public. It was a difficult message, but I did it in the best way possible. My conscience is clear. Again, with that conscience is clear. Okay. So being called stubborn slightly rankles him. It's not stubbornness, it's having principles. These are direct quotes, again, out of this same article. I mean, claiming to have principles. He portrays himself as this principled, driven by accountability, whatever, but denies airing family dirty laundry. This contradiction, given his history of these fully public disclosures, makes his integrity seem, dare I say, hypocritical. So he's stating it's not about revenge, it's about accountability. Okay. I haven't aired dirty laundry. I've shared my truth. So he's framing spare and media projects like that is principled corrections, not attacks. He's rewriting history. My conscience is clear because I've acted with integrity. But the article references spare's intimate details like Charles's plea for peace or, again, William's alleged physical altercation. Not that I believe anything in spare, but you get what I'm saying. He's airing these private things. So again, isn't that by nature undermining exactly what he's saying? So he's saying Harry's no dirty laundry claim. It's ignoring how spare and these interviews like Oprah and Netflix and stuff exposed these alleged family disputes. Think about how he spoke about Queen Camilla and calling her a wicked stepmother. Think about how he spoke about all of them. Charles's parenting. I never got to ride bikes. Ugh. And then pictures of him riding bikes, But denying this is gossip while profiting from it via, book sales, Netflix deals, whatever it is, it's disingenuous. It's a lie. His selective storytelling skips his own flaws. And again, it's completely undermining his accountability narrative, his victim narrative that he's playing now. His claim is absurd. No dirty laundry. Spare spilled family secrets, right? It's not upholding principles. He calls it accountability so he can sound what? Noble? But he's cashing in on Netflix and book deals. And it shows it's about profit, not about integrity. If he's principled, then why would he ignore his own role in his family drama? His one-sided truth dodges all accountability. Using this Kyiv cause to try to justify his exposés, in his opinion, feels like it's just self-righteous. That's what he is. It's just a self-righteous cover for gossip. Ugh. Denying this dirty laundry while dishing the dirt makes him completely delusional and completely a hypocrite and just so full of himself. He's drinking his own Kool-Aid. The overall tone is just this self-righteous, contradictory, claiming integrity while contradicting his own actions right there in the middle of all of this. It's just, he really is a prick. All right. How about this one? Ready? Would he like to spend more time in the UK to bring his children one day, despite the issues over his security arrangements? Ready for this one? Buckle up. Yes, I would. This week has definitely brought that closer. Harry won't talk about his father, but he seems to suggest he wants and needs to see his father more often. Over the coming year, he says, the focus really has to be my dad. Harry mentioned, we'll get into Meghan. Just know that now. So he's talking about wanting and needing to see in the over the upcoming year how it has to be the priority. So just think about that. To me, he seems to be he's saying, okay, all right. The focus has to be on my dad. I don't know how much longer my father has. Following this trip, okay, in reconciliation meeting, supposedly, I don't believe it was that, but that's what he's putting out there. Amid what we know is King Charles's ongoing cancer treatments, right? So he's tying it to this reconciliation hope. But come on, it's a hint. The the phrase, how much longer suggests urgency. He knows what he's doing. He's fueling rumors about King Charles's condition beyond the palace's treatment ongoing stance. He's doing this in a high profile interview while talking to the press, the same press he pretends to hate. This could be Harry leveraging emotion to push family talks. He's pushing it like it's a post-diagnosis urgency. He knows what he's doing. His how much longer feels like he's trying to be sly, like it's a hint. He's trying to stir health rumors to gain sympathy. Or is he trying to pressure the royals? I don't know. Either way makes him completely disgusting. Dropping this in this Guardian just it's encouraging speculation on this. The palace and the king himself wants quiet. If he wants to talk about it, it's up to the king to talk about it, not his idiot son. It's showing the total disregard for privacy while he beats the drum of asking for privacy. This is why I get so frustrated and heated about this. It's not genuine concern. It's more of a way to cast himself as this caring son, right? While pointing at family silence. Ugh, he's faux concerned and being ambiguous intentionally, trying to make a jab at the royals. Oh God, he's such an idiot. All right. Harry mentions his wife, Meghan, only once by name. I find that funny. That'll piss her off. A reference to something she told him. How telling the truth, ready for this? Ready for this laugh? Me too. Is the most efficient way to live. Okay. So Meghan, according to Harry, Meghan is encouraging him to tell the truth because it's the most efficient way to live. This is their joint narrative of correcting the royal misinformation through Spare and through, wherever they're screaming at the time, Netflix, whatever it is. So this is their truth telling framed as moral stance. This is their moral stance. However, again, they wouldn't know the truth if it bit them. They really wouldn't. Think about all the ways they've been proven time and time again to be liars. Meghan's truth-telling claim is completely undermined by multiple instances where their statements were challenged and disproven. So think about pick a time, pick an interview. Let's go. The Oprah interview claimed they were married 3 days before. Okay. They suggested Archie was denied a prince title due to his race. Again, debunked. Meghan's stories like her scrunchy entrepreneur tale. I mean, it's again, it's just talking points. It's just let's just throw things at the wall and see what sticks. Harry's Spare claims, exaggerated accounts of military, I don't want to say it, but the things that he claims to have done in the military, they've been criticized as misleading, selective truth, lies, false, all these things. They're selective truth. That's a fancy way of saying lie. It often serves their narrative, clashing with Meghan's lofty efficiency claim. Efficient. Since when do they care about truth or efficiency? Her truth is efficient line is just laughable when their Oprah claim has been a lot of them have been proven false just by simple researching. Um, their truth always paints them as victims. It paints them as victims or heroes, depending on the story, conveniently dodging facts that don't fit and making, again, they're what they're saying here completely hypocritical. So they're I always have to sanctimonious. They're completely sanctimonious and ironic. Their truth-telling mantra as it collapses under their pattern of selective and disputed claims. It's just completely ludicrous, as per usual with those two. Let's keep going. Okay, then this one. Ordinary people know who he is. We honestly didn't know he had become such a celebrity. They're talking about Prince Doofus in this one. I think Prince Harry coming here is a symbol of victory. They're talking about him going to Kyiv. Okay. It's a symbol of victory and power. People look at him and his military experience and they see he is not afraid to come to Ukraine. It's so important that he comes. For this and the other causes he's passionate about. Harry accepts his front and center role. Again, just think about what I'm reading to you right now. He accepts it. He was thrust into it. It's not him, trying to take a front and center role, talking to the press, inviting them on this trip. Okay. So he's making himself sound way more important than he is. It's just he's trying to humbly embrace this, noting the amazing recognition and again just using veterans to further himself. um he's leaning into this being a symbol, implying that he's got this influence rivaling royal duties, contrasting this purposeful life with the family's narrative, his conscience's clear claim, and that he acted with integrity. He's putting himself as this moral leader, not a disgruntled ex royal. Again, he's trying to convince us the sky is green. So he's framing himself as what? Noble? Ugh, again, oh God. His light at the end of the tunnel advice sounds profound, but it feels like rehearsed bid to seem wise. He's playing this hero. It's reeking of curated savior image outside of William and Charles. He does this thing about boxing and anti-photo and it's just another look at me. But this time I'm not shocked because it's him, but it's usually Meghan playing look at me, but it's him playing look at me. He's pretending to be earnest, but he's being self-aggrandizing. He's shifting focus from the royals and he's trying to kiss his own what on his and overreaching his legacy. So it just blends this defensive, I don't know, posture he's taken but while still taking offense as well. That truth-telling quote is absolutely crazy with a layer of irony like I've never seen. His swipes at the royals are veiled, but they're not. They're pointed. His principles are I'm using air quotes on that one, are undercut by his gossip. His health hints seem strategic. Meghan's truth mantra is completely absurd, giving their disputed claims, and his self-elevation inflates his role. It's just, again, he's just hypocritical and self-important. And again, Meghan's equally uncredible and they just continue to be the worst. So I wanted to make sure that you saw that and that you knew what was going on because it's easy to get lost in how awful Meghan is because she's more vocally awful sometimes than he is. But he does stuff like this. He puts out articles like this and shows his true colors. There you go. Again, asking for privacy while hinting at his father's medical condition. It's just more proof that, we didn't need that. You can never, ever, ever trust either of them, ever. They show what they are constantly, and here they are doing it again. Yeah. So that's going to do it for me. I'm going to leave this one here. I'm dying to know your thoughts on all this. Let me know in the comments below. I'm absolutely sickened by this, but again, it's also not a shock. But I just wanted to get this out here and talk about it. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. I feel like with him doing this and putting himself out there, she's just going to be out there too, trying to ride coattails. So we'll see what she's up to. I can't with the two of them. I really can't. Harry and Meghan both suck. My mistake. They both suck. All right, let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to further support this show, there's several ways you can do it. Definitely check out the merch. Everything's fine. Everything's not fine. And check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. It's my old name, but it's tons of bonus material. Lots of content. Harry and Meghan stuff, not Harry and Meghan stuff, whatever you're looking for. Tips, tricks, hacks, all the stuff behind the scenes. I'm talking about all of it over there. So check that out. And a huge thank you to my executive geese and ganders for your ongoing love and support over there. If you want to become an executive producer, you can do that at patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. Guys, that's going to do it for me. I can't wait to read your thoughts on this one. I hope you all have the best day, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Take care of yourself. Stay healthy. Bye-bye. Oh my goodness. I feel like I yelled more than I didn't in that one. But seriously, those two wankers deserve it. Am I British? I sound a little bit British. Wankers. They are. They're wankers. I can't with those two. I really can't. They are wankers. They're the worst. I would like to be a fly on the wall with William and Catherine. They probably don't even pay attention to this crap anymore. But I really want to know. If I was William, I'd be furious. Because, again, Charles took time to meet with Harry, and then this is how Harry repays him. Ugh. Disgusting, the both of them. They really are just absolutely terrible people. All right, I'm going to leave this here. If you stayed tuned this long, what should we comment? What should we comment? I don't know. Who sucks more, Harry or Meghan? And tell me why. Or you can say they equally suck. Let me know. All right. Thank you guys so much. I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. I hope you guys have the best day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Hey, and I do have new content up on the Goose Adventures channel. I'm talking weight loss. This week I did a motivational video, and I showed my old pair of jeans where I went down to about half my size. So actually, I'm in a size less than half my old size. So check that out. All right. Thanks. Bye. I love this blue. Isn't this fun? And it's like silky and it twists. Can you see it? Let's see. I might be able to make it. Yeah. Don't look lit underneath, but you see the blue? I love it. I thought it was so pretty. All right. Take care. I'll talk to you again soon. Harry sucks. Meghan does too.